Hello, BookTube. This is Weekly Reads. My reading week this week has been devoted solely to Ducks Newburyport by Lucy Ellman. This is a strange mammoth of a novel. It is the ruminations and remembrances of an unnamed narrator. The novel is, for the most part, purely our narrator's thoughts as they come into her head. Interspersed is a more traditional story about a mountain lioness who lives somewhere around the Ohio area where the novel takes place, which is a newcomer's town. So the narrator, so this is in a way, I guess, a supreme example of stream of consciousness, as the novel is, except for the mountain lioness part, or parts, just purely her thoughts as they come into her head. So a lot of these thoughts are tangential, but the reader does get some hints about who this narrator is, what her childhood was like, what her young adulthood was like, and her adulthood and now early middle age, her relationship with her parents, especially her mother, her siblings, her aunts and uncles and grandparents, her first husband, her second husband, her relationship with her kids. We learned that she is a former academic. She was an adjunct professor at a small university before she was diagnosed with cancer and left her teaching job, for which she was not suited for, by her own estimation, to sort of battle cancer. And she has since started a home bakery business where she supplies cakes and pies to various local restaurants and stores, and does the occasional birthday cake or like an individually ordered pie. We learn that she feels herself a failure, that she's frustrated, certainly depressed. She despairs of her children's future, of her future, of the world's future. This is a really interesting book. So this is my third attempt at this novel. So I first attempted it about in the beginning of 2020, and I was not in the mood for it. I very much was not in the mood for it. And then I came back to it in, I think, 2023, because at the end of 2022, Katie Books had a series of videos, 10 classics you must read, which went to modern classics and then contemporary classics. Steve Donahue responded to those classics with videos of his own, and I joined in as well. And Steve's his 10 contemporary classics you must read, several of them were books that I had bailed on. So I came up with my list as 10 contemporary classics I must bail redeem. And Ducks Newburyport was one of those books. So in 2023, I had another go at this novel, and I made it a little bit further this second time than I did the first time. But I still wasn't in the mood for it. I still really wasn't in the mood for fiction, poetry, and drama, which I very much am in now because, well, I'm almost halfway through the book. A few more pages and I will be exactly halfway through the book, and I am really enjoying it. And I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that this novel has finally hooked me. it is an amazing experience reading it, of reading our narrator's thoughts, her fears, her hopes, her dreads, the making pies and cakes and trying to get the recipes right, and whether or not it's might make sense to keep at this job, of her relationships with her kids. It's really, really fun novel. So I'm again about halfway through the novel, so I probably will be spending a lot of next week reading Dex Newburyport as well. I'm going to continue reading the novel today and see how far I get. Today was a little weird because my mom had a doctor's appointment, so some of the time that I would have spent reading was devoted to getting a late breakfast, and also, since things did not go well with her appointment, I decided to make her some brownies. So yeah, and the brownies are going to be fantastic because they're awesome. So I'm not entirely sure how far I'm going to get in today. What I have been doing as I've been reading this novel is my morning routine has changed to where I am reading Dex Newburyport both during a morning period as well as a later afternoon period when I normally do my work week readings. So over the weekend, I'm going to devote pretty much all of Saturday and Sunday to Dex Newburyport. I'm thinking should probably get about 260 to maybe 400 pages if I'm really lucky of the novel done, which will give me about 200 to 100-ish pages depending over the course of the work week, and that will determine what I read once I finish Dex Newburyport. So, option 1. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to want a palate cleanser after Dex Newburyport. So I'm thinking of reading the 6 volumes of manga. 3 volumes of Mao, and then 3 of D.Gray-Man. So I'll probably do that immediately afterwards. Now, if it ends up taking me to next Friday before I finish Dex Newburyport, and my next reading is on next Saturday, I will probably instead go ahead and read Temple of Dawn and then The Spell by Hollinghurst. That's kind of my goal, is to start on The Temple of Dawn by Yukio Mishima next weekend. And then after that, The Spell, because there's something about the Sea of Fertility tetralogy and the work of Hollinghurst that just, they pair well together. But if I have a bit more time, I might try to get to Hunchback by Saou Ichikawa, translated from the Japanese by Barton. But we shall see how things work out. Anyway, this is a very, very short weekly reads because I don't really have much to talk about except for loving Dex Newburyport. So if you're wondering why I'm in darkness in this video, I'm trying to take advantage of the breeze. It's not really working all that well because this is a north-facing window and the breeze is coming from the south. So anyway, it did not quite work out how I'd hoped it would. Anyway, next week I'm hoping to have a few discussion videos and a few more tag videos because I've gotten, I think, back into the habit of making tag videos. There's going to be a new Poetry Thursday. And of course, I will be starting my 2026 library tour back up with my history collection. So that's going to take a while. Anyway, BookTube, until I see you next week, thank you have a great rest of your day and have a wonderful weekend.